Now, if you wanted to make a model like that from scratch, as opposed to just modifying one, what you can do is we'll start with the cylinder 3D. We'll go into edit mode, and before we go into make polymesh 3D, let's go ahead and change this down to like maybe 16 H divides, and then V divides will turn down to 3, and then we'll go ahead and hit make polymesh 3D. Let's go ahead and hit X to go on X symmetry, and let's turn on our floor to make sure we're positioned. Let's go ahead and rotate this around so we're Z forward just to kind of orient ourselves. So now we have is our cylinder here. We can hit W, hold down Alt and tap this surface normal here. We can go ahead and make this down, shrink this down a little bit. Let's go ahead and go into polygroups, group by normals, and that'll give us different polygroups for each of these sides here. And then I'm going to hover over a face, and now we're going to do Inset, Polygroup Island, Region. We'll pull this in. And now let's do QMesh. Again, Polygroup Island. We'll push this in here. Now if we push all the way through, it will snap all the way through, but let's go ahead and just push that in just a little bit. And now I'm going to hover over this face, and we're going to do Delete Polygroup Island. We'll just get rid of that. So now we're going to hover over this edge, and we're going to do Close Convex Hole. And we want to make sure we have interactive curvature and resolution on. So when I do this, I can pull out and up, and kind of just cap this with a nice rounded shape here. Now at this point, feel free to add whatever details you want. You can hold down Control Shift. We'll make this all one polygroup by hitting Control W, and we'll Control Shift tap this one, make it Control W as well. If you want to flatten those ones out, you can actually go into your Control Shift clip curve, and we'll just clip those back to a straight line here. And now we can again hover over this face. We'll go to Inset Polygroup Island. We'll pull this in a little bit. We'll do QMesh Polygroup Island, and if we just push this back, it'll make a harsh line. If you hold down Shift, it'll pull that back and kind of give you a recessed area like that. Now, of course, we can go through here and do like bevel, edge loop complete, and just kind of add some bevels to these different areas here. So we've got our insert brush made. Now, of course, we want the flipped inverted one, so it's in like a recessed port, right? So what we're going to do is we're going to mask this back end here, or actually let's hold down Control Alt, and we'll make sure this is all unmasked back here, and we're going to pull this forward, unmask, and then go down here to Display Properties and Flip. And now we've got the inverted version that we can insert into our mesh. Of course, if we want to do the double-sided thing like Joseph Dress did, what we can do is we can just move this back this way. So we're over that line. And again, since we're Z forward, we'll go to Geometry, Modify Topology, and we'll do Mirror and Weld across the Z. And that's going to do it the wrong way. So I need to go down here to Deformation first, and we're going to mirror it across the Z. And then now we can do a mirrored weld across the Z, and now we have the double-sided insert mesh brush. So again, we can go and select, I restarted since then, so we'll just make a new one. We'll go to Brush, Create Insert Mesh, New. And now if I take any other object, Sphere 3D, make Polymesh 3D, and we'll go ahead and just insert this on there. Again, if you want it to embed by default, just take this depth and just move it down, and now it'll just go ahead and embed on the fly. We can go ahead and split unmask points. Go ahead and make that a subtractive mesh, turn on live Boolean, turn off polyframe, and now here's our recessed object here ready to go.